Welcome to The Success Face. In this video, we'll be exploring the question, how high will you climb? With renowned leadership expert John C. Maxwell. Are you ready to take your leadership skills to new heights and make a meaningful impact in your life and the lives of others? Then join us as we dive into the insights and wisdom of John C. Maxwell and discover the keys to reaching your full potential as a leader. Whether you're just starting out on your leadership journey or you're looking to take your skills to the next level, this video is sure to inspire and empower you to reach for the stars. So let's get started. Pilots see that demeanor marker as a vital proportion of an airplane's presentation. This pointer assesses the position of the airplane according to the skyline. A plane's nose stays high in relation to the horizon as it climbs. Its nose remains low as its performance declines. Your attitude often determines your performance, just like it does with airplanes. The effect of attitude in casual conversations, friends or coworkers' attitudes are frequently brought up. A person's attitude is more than just a topic for idle conversation. It can make the difference between a successful life, career, or relationship. You can admire or criticize someone's attitude. Nothing is as difficult as it appears. Everything pays off better than you thought. And if anything good can happen, it will, and at the ideal time. According to Maxwell's law, your attitude affects the mood of those around you. Consider the impact that a person's excessive negativity had on the rest of the group in a meeting you've attended. On the other hand, try to recall how much better it made you feel when a friend cared about you or loved you. According to the Bible, King Saul would call for David whenever he felt down. Saul was less depressed when his friend was there and playing the harp. Psalm chapter 34 shows how King David faced his challenges head-on and rejoiced despite them. He does not do so out of any religious obligation. Rather, he praises God out of an emotional urge to do so. David is of the opinion that he must adopt a positive attitude and take refuge in God in order to achieve the things he truly desires. The power of a positive attitude follow these attitude axioms. Your approach to life is determined by your attitude. If you like the world, life will treat you well. If you have a negative outlook on the world, you make yourself unhappy. Your relationships with people are influenced by your attitude. Your attitude sets the stage for how other people will treat you. Attitude is the only difference between success and failure, is a common saying. People who succeed often have an advantage over others because they strive for happiness. Your attitude at the beginning of a task will affect its outcome. Your attitude at the beginning of a project determines its outcome. Your attitude can turn problems into blessings. When faced with adversity, composers and writers produced some of the greatest works of music and literature. You can choose to remain optimistic about the future despite setbacks with a positive attitude because it gives you an uncommonly positive perspective. Adopted beliefs. Humans are prone to adopting their surroundings' beliefs and behavior patterns. Your upbringing has a significant impact on how you develop certain attitudes and how much you accept them. However, you can alter your mindset. You could find that specific personal conduct standards you found satisfactory in the past have become agonizing. Your attitudes will become more pronounced if you persist, but you can temper and modify them. Our individual perspectives on life are our own responsibility. An entire group deals with the development of a house. Even though the work that each team member does on their own is different, each contribution is still important. Similar to this, you interact with a number of people who have an impact on you. Some of them might assist you in strengthening a particular attitude of yours. You might change your mind because of something else. No one can maintain their ideal attitude forever. There are simply too many unexpected turns in life. Attitude influencers understanding the factors that influence your attitude is necessary for successful adaptation, including the following. Environment. The environment in which children grow up has a greater impact on their development than even their parents do. The most significant influence on a child's attitudes comes from early experiences. Personality. A portion of a person's personality is innate. Despite being raised by the same parents and in the same environment, siblings have distinct personalities. Word expression. Don't believe the conventional wisdom that physical violence hurts more than anything else. People's negative messages to children can have a lasting impact. A person's choice of words to praise or scold a child and their relationship with the child are huge factors. Adult acceptance and affirmation. Leaders should concentrate on persuading their followers to comprehend how much they care about them rather than putting too much effort into crafting flawless speeches. Instead of paying attention to what their leaders say, followers tend to focus on evidence that their leaders care about them. Christ provides an excellent example of how to lead with confidence while prioritizing the interests of others. Self-image. Your behavior is frequently influenced by how you see yourself. It can also have an impact on how other people perceive you. What you set out to do can be limited by how you see yourself. New experiences. When life hands you a deck of cards, you are the only one who can choose how to play them. Parents should take on the challenge of providing their children with as many positive experiences and opportunities for growth as they can, because unpleasant experiences are inevitable. Association with peers. Your friends' attitudes have a significant impact on you. You will adopt their outlook and way of life. Physical appearance. Your physical appearance influences how you construct your attitude because society places so much emphasis on physical appearance. Marriage, family, and work. In your mid-20s, you face a variety of influences, including starting a career and possibly getting married. You only see the good in a person when you date them. If you focus primarily on what you loved about your spouse when you were dating, your marriage will thrive after you get married. Overcoming bad times and bad attitudes as you grow. People's perceptions of you and the limits you set for yourself play a big part in your development. Your capacity and the conditions outside of you fluctuate. You won't know where your limits are unless you test constantly. Try to keep a positive attitude even when things go wrong. Keep in mind that even the worst storms do not last forever. To make this easier, make plans and do your best to prepare for difficult times before they happen. Attitude can be contagious because it frequently is expressed by our body language and expressions. Seek assistance from knowledgeable people and your spiritual beliefs when things get tough. In times of trouble, just as a pilot calls the control tower in bad weather, you should ask those you love and God for support. Avoid people who are overly critical and surround yourself with people who support you. Never treat criticism as an attack on yourself. Criticism from others could hurt you. Try to avoid feeling hostile. Instead, assess the truthfulness and veracity of what they say. Knowledge is only 12.5% of the money you make in any endeavor, and your ability to deal with people is 87.5%. Stanford Research Institute. You can face internal obstacles, such as fear of failure, just as you can face external obstacles like failure. The majority of successful people have overcome multiple setbacks. You won't be able to fully understand or use your true abilities if you are discouraged. To combat feelings of discouragement, the most efficient strategy is to take action and maintain a positive outlook. Embrace change. Look for examples of people who invested their energy in overcoming obstacles rather than being paralyzed by failure. Take into consideration how the major characters in the Bible dealt with and typically overcame enormous challenges. Don't let discouragement take over. Prepare yourself for the significant effort required to remove obstacles that prevent you from acting independently. Whether we succeed or fail is primarily determined by our attitude. You have the ability to alter the difficulty or change yourself if you face so many issues that life seems impossible to manage. Growth comes from change, but many people find it troubling and demoralizing. Change is even more difficult when people are negative and think negatively. You might have trouble making decisions, and your attitude might prevent you from enjoying the changes in your life. Life can be compared to a hammer. What you are made of determines whether it polishes or grinds you down. Take advantage of your attitude, investigate it, and alter it rather than allowing it to harm you. Recognize the sentiments that make you miserable or bring you to have hardship with others. Evaluate your thought patterns by highlighting them. You can make an effort to alter these thought patterns if you consistently and habitually think in a certain way that negatively affects your attitude. Your receptivity to change expansions in the midst of agony or separation, when nothing in life appears to be animating. Change helps you feel better and get your life back on track. Yet, risk should be taken, in light of the fact that the best peril in life is to not gamble anything. The individual who takes no risks, has nothing, and is nothing. Only you can change your mindset. If you face multiple challenges, tackle each one separately. Keep a record of your accomplishments and think about them as motivation. Keep a written record of your daily goals and use it as a source of inspiration and motivation. You today are the result of yesterday's choices. Your character may be determined tomorrow by your choices today. During difficult times, attitude is of the utmost importance. Changing your demeanor is testing, since whatever seems familiar always seems easier. Develop healthy habits because attitudes frequently develop as a result of ingrained behavior. Put in the effort to stay on course when you decide to change. If you put in the effort, you'll soon notice the advantages of change. Keep your guard up to avoid falling back into old habits. Realize that your faith can assist you in conquering your fear regardless of the challenges you face. The Christian perspective. Acknowledgement and understanding. Utilize the insight of the good book to work on your point of view on life. The Bible is often used as a guide by believers to understand and strengthen their attitude. Its stories frequently serve as examples of behavior and perspective. Think about how other people treat you in order to evaluate your attitude. Paul was a troubled person in the past. But once he decided to follow Jesus, he continued on his spiritual journey. He didn't waste any time lamenting the past. He learned not only to choose happiness regardless of his circumstances but also to accept happiness. The ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances is the final human freedom. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Many Christians struggle to live exemplary lives while pursuing piety. Their situation is similar to that of a mother who makes her 4-year-old child sit in the corner as a form of punishment. The child tells his mother that despite obeying her, he sees himself standing up in his mind. Christians face a similar obstacle when it comes to obeying God. In spite of every obstacle, they must heed God's word, such as Jesus turned water into wine at a wedding, not in a holy place, and said, "You are not in the right place." In unusual places, you can receive profound blessings. You have a lot of problems. Believers frequently allow their differences to divide them. When we put our attention on God's power rather than our problems, Christian renewal begins. Jesus told people at the wedding that his time had not yet come, saying, "You are not encouraged." Rather than being deterred, Mary thought about the chance of a wonder. Jesus expected those who followed him to follow him even though they had not known him for a long time, saying, "You have not walked with him very long." You have not seen him work miracles in your life. Despite his lack of a track record, Jesus performed a miracle in gaining people's faith. You don't understand the whole process, the power of obedience, listening, and acting on the attitudes you learn as demonstrated by Jesus' feats at the wedding. An opportunity for development is provided by such internal acceptance. Thank you for watching The Success Face, and for tuning in to our latest video, How High Will You Climb? With John C. Maxwell. We hope that you found the insights and inspiration shared by John to be valuable and that you are motivated to reach new heights in your personal and professional growth. Remember, as John said, the higher you climb, the better the view. So let's keep pushing ourselves to be the best versions of ourselves and to achieve all that we are capable of. Thank you for your support, and we can't wait to bring you more content like this in the future.